Today I'm going to talk to you about two physical changes, algor mortis and livor mortis. Both of these are physical changes that occur whenever the body is deceased. Once the heart stops beating, the blood collects in the most dependent parts of the body, and this is known as livor mortis. When the body stiffens after death, it is called rigor mortis. And when the body begins to cool after death, it's called algor mortis. Livor mortis and algor mortis are the two physical changes I'm going to speak to you about today. On livor mortis, the blood usually collects in the most dependent parts of the body, closest to the ground. If the body happens to be laying on the side, it could be, on the whichever side it is, on the back when the corpse is laying supine, or in the buttocks. The skin is normally pink colored because of the oxygen laden blood in the capillaries, and becomes pale as the blood drains into the larger veins. Within death, minutes to hours after the death, the skin is discolored, and this is also known as post-mortem stain. Livor mortis is usually pronounced 8 to 12 hours after death. And this is a couple of pictures here of livor mortis. See where the blood has pooled in the back on this patient, in the buttocks, and right there. And then on these legs down here, see where the white is. On these pictures, the hand, these are pictures of livor mortis, signs of livor mortis. Algor mortis is the process of the decreasing of body temperature to ambient temperature. In other words, when the body becomes lifeless, then the body begins to cool off, and this is called algor mortis. The corpse loses the heat through four mechanisms, and one is radiation, one is convection, conduction, and evaporation of any fluid on the corpse. The rate of cooling of the body could be plotted against time after the death on a sigmoid curve. And there is a phase where the body temperature remains stable for a period before the rate of cooling becomes linear and slowly decreases until it reaches equilibrium with ambient temperature. Okay, this next slide is a sigmoid curve. Say the body right here is 200 degrees temperature. The time that it takes to cool on down, see, there's the curve all the way down. The larger difference between body temperature and surrounding temperature will lead to a more rapid cooling of the temperature. The decrease of the body temperature may vary depending on the presence or absence of material on the corpse and the environmental conditions. An example of this is a smaller body tends to cool faster than a larger one due to the higher total surface area to volume ratio. And an obese person can retain body temperature for a much longer period of time as compared to a slimmer person. The antemortem conditions of algor mortis may lead to abnormally high or low body temperature. Conditions that are associated with fever, stress, hypothyroidism, heat stroke, brain injury, sepsis, and several other things will lead to abnormal initial body temperatures. The most common body parts used to record temperature would be the intrahepatic, which is through the liver, the rectum, and the oral temperature in some cases. The algor mortis and the livor mortis are two physical changes that occur when a body becomes lifeless. These are, I think, two interesting physical changes in the condition of the body. So remember, livor mortis could be described as accumulation of blood or the pooling of blood at the lower part of the body due to gravity. And then the algor mortis is the decrease in body temperature due to ambient temperature. Thank you for joining me today.